Welcome. I'm Donna with DBMS Consulting, and I'm here to share with you how you can ensure a consistent and quality flow of information for drug efficacy, safety, and drug interactions. We will delve into two exciting systems by DBMS Consulting: the Custom Query Tool System and the Case Retrieval Strategy System. First, let's talk about the flow of data and the roadmap of this discussion. Searches of interest. We first define searches of interest in the case retrieval system, like risks reported on investigator brochures, as well as rules established by health authorities. Retrieval definition. After we have defined our searches of interest, we define our search retrieval criteria in the case retrieval strategy system for drug compounds stored and defined in the custom query tool. On the left, we see the standard drug grouping compounds defined in the custom query tool. Retrieval. We apply our search retrieval criteria to retrieve data for drug efficacy, safety, and drug interactions from safety systems, signal detection systems, and other searchable medical information systems. Manage risks, assess efficacy, detect signals, and analyze and report data. Once we have retrieved the data, we have the information we need to manage the safety risks, assess drug efficacy, detect signals, and perform analysis and reporting. Okay, let's get started. The Custom Query Tool. CQT enables organizations to create, maintain, version their dictionaries, and store their own custom meta queries and custom drug groupings for the medical products that are customized to manage risks, assess efficacy, detect signals, and analyze and report data. These standard meta queries, SMQs, and standard drug groupings, SDGs, are stored, versioned, and linked to custom meta queries and custom drug groupings as hierarchical relations. Here now we see the Custom Query Tool by DBMS Consulting. We can create a custom meta query. We go to Add Details and we enter the custom meta query name. We can select the products which are associated to this custom meta query, and we can set user-defined groupings for this custom meta query. Next, we go to Add Relations. Here on the Add Relations page, we select terms from the Meta Dictionary and the SMQ Filter Dictionary to drag and drop terms onto our main custom meta query. We have the ability to select multiple terms at a time and drag and drop them for ease of use. Once we finish adding relations, we confirm what we have entered. We have also provided the ability to review and approve the custom MEDRA queries. Once this custom MEDRA query is reviewed and approved, it is published and can be used in the case retrieval system. The case retrieval system, or CRS, enables organizations to define searches of interest for risks and health authority rulings pertaining to drug compounds or non-drug compounds. These searches of interest or safety topics of interest are defined with MEDRA components maintained and stored in the CQT system that are used to pinpoint events occurring in safety and clinical data for signal detection, data analysis, and reporting. In the case retrieval strategy system that we are featuring by DBMS Consulting, we can show the details of the compound that we created for the compound INC424. We list the trade name, Jakafi, the generic name, and the indication of myelofibrosis. Once we finish with the details, we can move to define the risk definitions. On the risk definition page, we set up the safety topics of interest. We identify the purpose of risk definitions for the safety topics of interest. We identify the system organ class and the MEDRA terms associated to this safety topic of interest. Now that we have an overview of the system, let's go through each step to ensure the flow of information is consistent and with quality. Step 1, searches of interest for risk and rules. Here we see the defined searches of interest in the CRS system. We have the risk names and the risk definitions defined. This is configurable for each company so that your specific risks can be tracked as required. For example, we might have investigator brochure risks or rules defined by health authorities based on medical concepts, safety profiling plan risks, risk management plan risks, adverse drug reaction risks, periodic safety update report risks, or any other risk appropriate. Step 2, retrieval definition. We create and store drug grouping compounds, or SDGs, in CQT. Here, in the custom query tool, we have created an SDG detail, entering the standard drug grouping name. We've added the products associated, and we've set a custom grouping. Here, we have defined the relationships for this SDG, and we've also added subgroupings to this SDG. And we can drill down into the detailed drug compounds defined in CQT. So here we find all of the drugs associated to this drug grouping. Next, in step 2, let's look at the drug compound defined in CRS for INCA 424 myelofibrosis. Here we have defined the details. And let's go to the risk definition page. Here in the risk definition page, we enter the search retrieval criteria, which is established with the safety topic of interest defined and the MedDRA components. These MedDRA components can be MedDRA dictionary terms such as system organ classes, HLGTs, HLDTs, preferred terms, or standard MedDRA queries, SMQs, or custom MedDRA queries, CMQs. So going to the system, we see the details. Here we can detach this page to make the information more readable. We can expand the columns. We can expand the system organ class column as well. We can scroll over and then expand our MedDRA terms. And here we see the MedDRA terms, the levels of SMQs, and whether they are broad or narrow or without scope. We also have filtering capabilities when you have a number of safety risk topics defined. You can also filter by specific purpose of risk definitions or system organ class, or by MedDRA terms. We also provide the capability to export this information to view the search retrieval criteria. Here in the report that's populated in Excel, we see the safety topics of interest for this compound, cancer neoplasms and non-melanoma skin cancers. We see the preferred terms associated with those, the types of cancers that are associated to these safety topics of interest. And this Excel report can be saved to your desktop. We also have the capability to export a list of preferred terms. These preferred terms are rendered for each safety topic of interest. We can open this report, expand the columns for better usability and readability. And here we see the list of preferred terms for all of the safety topics of interest. When we run the export, we see the information listed just as we have displayed. This data can be sorted in Excel. And once again, you can save the reports to your desktop. Here's an example of the preferred term export report. And coming to step 3 and 4, to ensure a consistent and quality flow of information. In step 3, we retrieve data for efficacy, safety, and drug interactions for the safety systems, signal detection systems, statistical data analysis, and clinical trial data analysis. In step 4, we are able then to manage risks, assess efficacy, detect signals, and analyze and report the data. The Custom Query tool by DBMS Consulting provides a very important feature which will allow you to version your MEDRA dictionary and your WHO drug dictionary. Required by regulatory agency regulations, the MEDRA data must be versioned with MSSO data twice a year. In addition, the UMC WHO drug data also needs to be versioned on a regular basis. As we see on the display here, the current data is provided on the left side. So our current SMQ is listed with red highlighted terms indicating that these terms will be deleted in the new version of the dictionary. On the right-hand side, we see additions to the dictionary. And also, we can add our own new terms to our custom MEDRA queries and standard drug groupings so that it can be ready for the next version release. This concludes our presentation for today. In summary, we want to ensure consistent and quality flow of information, and we can do that with the Custom Query tool and Custom CRS tool. With these steps, searches of interest, retrieval definitions, retrieval, manage risks, assess efficacy, detect signals, analyze and report data, we are able to ensure a quality flow of data. We thank you for listening and have a good day.